Picked up in the 3 different colors that we make them available. You're seeing the bright silver, there's a beautiful reflective blue, and a really pretty reflective gold. You've never seen a Sunshield like this for an automobile, an SUV, a sports car, a luxury car, because it just didn't exist. Oh yeah, we've seen a lot of cardboard accordions, but the whole idea is to keep the sun out of your car. And if you're putting something on the inside of your windshield, you're letting the sun in. It's called a greenhouse effect. The heat builds up in your car. That's an expensive purchase. And when you maintain it with love and care, it will treat you well. This is technology that no one else in the world has. And it all started with our viewers' request.
It really did. First of all,
Scott,
it's always great
back,
to see you, my friend. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back.
You know, this did. I think you couldn't have said it better. This started with you, the viewer. You asked us, because in the over 1 million frost guards that get sold, we got asked all the time, do you have one for the sun? Do you have one that can do this? Can this work in the sun? And with the frost guard, the answer was no. But now the answer is yes. You asked for it, we brought to you. It's 150D polyester, so it's super durable, just like the frost guard. But the beautiful thing is, to your point, it stops the sun. It stops the UV rays and the visible light at the point of attack. Everything else on the market today, there's gaps in it.
Right.
So the heat's already in your car. The heat never makes it through. And don't just listen to me. Independent lab testing proves that this can keep your car up to 55% cooler in 1 hour.
That makes a big difference.
Huge
I
difference.
want you to see, first of all, the construction. The entire installation only takes seconds. I purposely wore a black jacket today. We can install this on this car, an SUV, a pickup truck, and it doesn't take 2 people to do it.
No, not at all.
You'll notice that they have reinforced fiberglass handles. That's there for a reason. And we've got a size to fit virtually every vehicle on the road today. All you have to do is just kind of flip it across, and then it goes over your mirrors.
And the beautiful thing, Dan, is see this neoprene sleeve right here you see me stretching? That's what allows it to fit almost any car, truck, or SUV side view mirror on the market today.
Right.
You adjust the straps to the Fit Fast system, and look at this. It blocks nearly all of the visible light and UVA rays that can come through your windshield. It works, and it works well.
By the way, all you do is you take these 2, and look how fat these straps are. They are really well done. All you do is you tuck them into your door, close the door, and you're set and you're good. By blocking the mirror, you're blocking the reflective sun off the mirror that bounces into the side windows. We've got 3 colors. Let me show you the 3 colors, and then I want to show them that demonstration. Now, we have 2 sizes. We have standard. If you've got a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, or smaller SUV, a compact car, that standard is going to fit perfectly well on most of the sedans as well, and even your mid-size SUVs. If you've got a big old minivan, big pickup, or a full-size SUV, pick up the extra large, and it'll do wonders for you.
And real quick, Dan, anything up to a Honda CR-V and a Ford Escape is a standard. Anything from a Ford Explorer and above is going to be your XL.
Beautiful. There's the blue, there's the silver, there's the gold. We are not into summer yet, and we have already hit 90 degrees out here in Philadelphia. And if I'm not mistaken, I think every single state in the union hit 90 degrees last summer.
Absolutely they did, and this is a problem everybody has, and this is an easy solution. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here are 2 identical newspapers, and you can verify that these are from May 12th, last Tuesday, from Phoenix, Arizona. This is the pristine one. This is the one we sat in a car for only 5 days. This is an amazing demonstration, because we're not saying, it's a dramatization. We're not saying you'll see this kind of fading, but look at the difference in just 5 days between the 2. Well, what happens is, again, we're not saying that we're not gonna see that fading, but what we will say is the SolarGuard will block nearly all of UVA rays and visible light, which can damage, yellow, fade your car's interior.
Not
when
to
you have
mention
this.
the heat.
Yep.
Now, how many cars do you have in the family? This is the best price you'll find on this. It is not available at any retailer anywhere in the world. It was made for QVC for us to launch it today. We're early. It's middle of May, but it has been some scorching days.
90 degrees across the country already. It's going to get a lot hotter for the next 4 months at minimum. And that's the thing here, is it is wildly uncomfortable to get into a hot car. On a hot day, your car can go up 40 degrees easily. This can cool your car by up to 55% in 1 hour. That's amazing because this little durable guy can make such a difference. Because that first time, you get in the car in the summer in July and you got shorts on, and it's a dark interior, like, oh gosh, boy, did that sting.
Well, the whole idea is very, very simple. We're going to show you a demonstration here. Again, there are alternatives, but virtually everything else goes on the inside of your car. Which means if you've got any electronics on your windshield, you have to pull them down. You got to put your visors. You got to open it. The installation on this actually takes less time. We have a camera inside of this vehicle with our bright studio lights.
And don't forget, when you put those inside ones, there's gaps, huge gaps, and the heat's already in your car. Not here, it stops. So you see these ultra bright studio lights. Now I'm also going to bring in an extremely bright 2,800 lumens spotlight.
Now,
this is about as bright a spotlight, and it's not even as bad as the sun.
Let's go ahead and install this, which takes about 3 seconds.
Look at that. That's about the size of a coaster. So we'll do it again here to here. It blocks nearly all of the UVA light and of the visible light, and here's why it's important, because when those beams come through, it can heat up your car up to 40 degrees. So we took it to an independent accredited lab to have it tested. We created 2 identical glass chambers, which represent the inside of 2 cabins of a car. We covered one with a SolarGuard, we left one uncovered. The beginning temperature was about 70 degrees. After just 1 hour, the temperature in the covered chamber was 85 degrees. The temperature in the uncovered was a staggering 106 degrees, which means that you can expect this to cool your car up to 55% cooler in just 1 hour.
That's
and
huge.
the reason it works is what you've been saying, Dan, because it stops the UVA light, the visible light, the heat at the point of attack. It never lets it in the car. That's the key.
We're now what, 18,000 of you who have picked it up. And we've got all kinds of makes, all kinds of models, different sizes of vehicles will fit your vehicle. They're designed to be big, and they work. And at $19.97, how much was your car? How expensive is a vehicle today?
There's a comma in it at least.
Yes, and this can help to protect the expensive interiors. That's a Ford F-150, that's what I drive.
Yep.
The mirrors on this thing are massive. And yet with the neoprene, they fit perfectly.
And look how much
like
of the surface area that covers. Try getting that with one of those cruddy accordion ones you get at the gas station. It won't happen. Look, nearly all the viewable area is covered, and that means nearly all the UVA light that will come in through your windshield, nearly all the visible light, nearly all the heat that will come in through your windshield, which can heat your car up to 40 degrees, gets stopped at the door, so to speak. It never gets in, so that's why it's so effective.
We're going to go off and say hello. John is giving us a phone call from Connecticut. John, good morning. How are you, sir?
Okay, Dan. How you doing?
Doing very, very well. Are you, by chance, a customer who saw the SolarGuard back in the winter months?
Oh, yes. I bought mine about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've used it ever since, and I just like the easiness as far as cleaning the rest of the car off and just pop that off, and I can go within minutes.
John, it's a different beast because we're talking about different seasonal use. And people were asking if that original, if the SolarGuard could be used in the summer. The answer was no, it wasn't designed for that. But I don't know what your weather is like right now in Connecticut, but we've got more pollen. And more of these little helicopter leaf things, I don't know what you call them.
Yeah.
And this will prevent those from building up on your windshield as well.
Yeah.
And it keeps the heat down in your vehicle.
That'll be great because, there's a lot of places where I go that there's no coverage, trees, so, you're right out in the sun.
Yeah, it's so effective and so easy, John. I think you'll love it. I know it gets hot even in Connecticut in the summer,
Gets
and this will
hot
help the car.
everywhere.
It gets hot everywhere.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we've already had 90 degrees here.
Yep.
And we're a month away from the start of summer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said, that it's absolutely going to get even warmer than we've had.
Yes, sir.
John, yours is on its way. We'll get it to you very, very quickly. Thank you for being a loyal customer. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye now.
Now, Dan, go ahead.
Over 1 million people bought the SolarGuard.
Yes.
In fact, it set a record here at QVC.
It did.
For the largest number of individual purchases
Of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah. And I think every one of the
same
million
brilliant designers who created this.
And I think every one of the million who bought it said, can you do this for the sun?
Right.
We got asked all the time, can this be used to block the sun, the frost guard? The answer was no. But then the answer now is yes. We designed this specifically for you, by you, for your use to keep your car cool. And can I show you something real quick? We've got a couple questions about that. So let's say, for example, you have this in your driveway, okay?
Right.
This fits nice and snug over. You just go right over your mirrors. But say you're at a public place, a mall or a sporting
Sure.
event, just for a little extra safekeeping if you want. I want you to know you can tuck this into the door and you've got it really
Extra
nice
security.
and tight there. You're good to go.
All right, I'll throw you a million questions here.
Shoot.
Well, maybe 3 or 4.
Okay.
And by the way, Scott and his team were very, very kind. They gave a sample to the host and said, just try it out.
Yes.
The first time I used it, I knew it was different. So, birds love my car.
Yeah?
Amazing aim these birds have.
They'll put it right in the middle of the logo, right?
How do you clean it?
Please hose it right off. That's the beautiful thing. You're talking about polyester here, 150D polyester. Think of this like a tent material you go camping in. Very durable, very lightweight, but
Right.
very, very durable. So you can wash it off. And the thing is, you use it time after time after time. These elastic straps are incredibly durable. It'll cover the, not only
You
your
notice in
windshield,
the back
but your
is
windshield
black.
wipers. Yep.
It comes down, covers your windshield wipers, and then if you notice on the edges, these are reinforced fiberglass rods. They're there for 2 reasons. It gives a rigidity to it that keeps it stretched out even if it gets a little windy, and it also makes it very, very simple to do your installation. And because now your mirrors on different vehicles are different sizes, it will self-adjust. It takes seconds to install, but it can make a huge difference on how comfortable you are in your vehicle.
And I think for the problem that it solves, it's so affordable and it's such a great gift. I
agree.
think Father's Day, for grads, for anybody, I mean, it just, the very first time you get into your car and it's not blazing hot, but it's 55% cooler. You'll right away you'll understand why this concept has been so popular.
For me, you know how much cars mean to me.
The world.
I'm a car guy. I own my own restoration shop. And when I work with my team for 2 to 2.5 years to build a classic car, and then I send it out to a customer, the last thing I want is the sun to damage what could be a brand new dashboard, brand new upholstery. I'm the guy doing the stitching on the seats.
Sure.
This is a small investment to keep that big investment looking good.
And when
I
you think
this
of,
is really
this is
apropos.
amazing to me because when you think of damage, this is a great way to illustrate it. Here we have 2 identical newspapers. You can see, Dan, that they were from May 12th, 1 week ago.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. This one is the pristine one. This is one that sat on the dashboard of a car in Phoenix for simply 5 days.
That's
Just
it.
5 days. This paper is a week old. Look at the difference between the 2. Now, I understand this is a dramatization, and I'm not saying you can expect this kind of
Right.
damage or fading, but what I can tell you is this. The SolarGuard blocks nearly all UVA and visible light rays from going through. And we know that the UVA rays and the visible light does the yellowing, the fading, the damage. So if you can keep those nearly blocked, it's got to be a good thing for your car's interior.
Those wonderful little fiberglass rods make it so easy. I purposely wore a black suit today because anybody who lives in our part of the country and probably most areas of the country, you know how much pollen's on a car when it sits outside for a day?
So annoying.
I can put this on, and I've got a big truck that I can't even reach the middle of the windshield on this truck. With this, I can do it. It takes me about 15 seconds to do it, and it's brilliant engineering, absolutely brilliant. And the price is the best you're ever gonna see, $19.97. It's our best find of the day. People are picking up multiples.
Yeah.
Let's show them how it works, and then we'll go back to our phone lines again.
Well, think about the flimsy cardboard accordion ones you pick up at the gas station. They're terrible. They don't work. They leave gaps inside your
And
car.
they're on the inside of the car.
On the inside. Stop the heat. Stop the light at the point of attack. That's what I love here. It never gets into your car. That's the beautiful thing. That's why this design is so brilliant. Why we listen to you, the customer, because you figured if it can keep the ice and the snow off your windshield, well, it can certainly keep the heat out of your car. Now, we've purposely turned up some spotlights and some lights here in the studio, and I have one to add. So what I want to do is unhook this, which you saw I could do with literally one hand.
Thank you.
We have a camera inside the car, Dan. First and foremost, you can see all the studio lights. See how bright it is, right? Now, what I'm going to do is add to it this ultra bright, 2800 lumens spotlight.
Your portable
ultra
sun?
bright spotlight, yeah.
Right.
This is like a sun, but not even nearly as bad as a sun. Look how bright that is as
Now,
we slide
and
this
the
over.
sun beats down in your car.
Look at the
hour
difference.
after hour, day after day after day.
No bigger than the size of a coaster. There, it virtually eliminates all of it, nearly blocks all the UVA rays and the visible light. And what happens, Dan, when those UVA rays and the visible light come into your car, it can raise your car's temperature up to 40 degrees. So what we did was to prove how great this is, we took it to an independent, accredited lab for testing. We created 2 identical glass chambers to make them represent a car. We covered one with a SolarGuard, left one uncovered. We started out at roughly 70 degrees. In just 1 hour, the covered glass chamber was 85 degrees.
Okay.
The uncovered was a staggering 106 degrees in 1 hour. So that means you can expect for the SolarGuard to keep your car 55% cooler in just 1 hour. And the reason it works, Dan, is like you and I have been saying, it stops the heat, the visible light, the UVA rays, everything at the point of attack. It never makes it into your car.
It's brilliant common sense. We're going to go off and say hello to Roberta. Roberta lives here in Pennsylvania. Roberta, we've had some warm days in Pennsylvania already, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So how hot has that car been getting?
Pretty hot.
Yeah.
This should make life a little bit easier for you. What color did you go with out of the 3 that are available?
The gold.
The gold.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful color.
Are any of them more reflective than another? They
No,
all
and
work
I
the same?
think Roberta and everyone who's watching, you should know there is utterly no difference in functionality. It's just the color. Whatever color you like the best, pick that one, same function.
Personal preference.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So was there a particular feature that you liked the most about this?
Well, what interested me to begin with was the fact that I bought the Frost Guard, and I've used it all through the winter. And of course, we had a very harsh winter.
Yes, we
So
did.
that made it so easy to just go out, take that off, and be able to drive. So I thought if the Frost Guard worked so well, that this should work equally as well.
Roberta, the folks at FrostGuard are the same folks at SolarGuard. And anyone who bought the original FrostGuard should consider picking this up for the same reasons that you found the convenience, the simple installation, and the reduction of frustration in the
Yes.
winter. This is going to do the same thing for you during the summer.
Yes.
Well,
Beautiful.
Roberta, thank you so much for both your purchase of the Frost Guard and of the SolarGuard. We really do appreciate you believing in our technology, and I really hope it works as well for you as the Frost Guard did.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Roberta.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Hey, bye.
Over 1 million people bought the FrostGuard in the last winter. It set a sales record here at QVC for the single most units of anything
And
purchased in
furthermore,
one
do
day.
you mind if I jump in here? This is one of the most interesting things I've ever seen here in over 12 years of being QVC. Since midnight, we've had, I would say, probably 15 callers, give or take,
Right.
that have called in. Every single one of them has told us they bought the Frost Guard, they loved it. Every single one has said, if it worked that well,
Yep.
this has to work just as well. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It's
And
great.
here's what I love. It's a brand name you've never heard of. SolarGuard. We did the world launch at midnight.
Right.
And 21,000 of you have picked it up. I can tell you from experience, it does its job, and it does it better than any contraption that I'd ever seen. Yeah, I've seen cuteness. You know, the cardboard accordions with the big
smiley
sunglasses.
faces,
and
yeah.
so-
Giant waste of your time.
Listen, I build vehicles. I do interiors. I know how much love and craftsmanship goes into building a classic car. The sun can be damaging. There's something called, my biggest words, plasticizer migration. With UV radiation, when it hits certain materials, it actually pulls the molecules apart. And all I want to do is keep the heat of the sun out of those vehicles. I've never seen anything that does it as well as this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dramatization, but this is the kind of damage that just 5 days of the sun can do. These are 2 identical newspapers from Phoenix, Arizona. They sat in a car. This one sat in a car for just the past 5 days.
And what was the date? May 12th?
This is May 12th. These
Okay.
are 1 week old. This newspaper is 5 days in the sun. This is what we saw here. The big thing is the UVA rays, the visible light, it causes the damages. This blocks nearly all of those rays from going through your windshield. Great for your car's interior, but more than anything, keeps your car 55% cooler in just 1 hour.
We've got a size for virtually every vehicle on the road, and we've got a color for you as well. We've got blue, we have the silver, we've got the gold. Standard will fit your smaller vehicles, your compacts,